On June 27th, Beth Wood is performing a benefit concert for an organization called Color of Change. They are a 501c4 social justice advocacy group that was created by Van Jones and James Rucker in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. And its stated purpose then was to strengthen the political voices of African Americans because Hurricane Katrina response would disproportionately impacted African Americans, especially in New Orleans, of course. But since then, that group has gone on to champion other issues specific to African American disenfranchisement, including skewed representation in the press and asymmetrical treatment by the police. So I would encourage you, if you're not familiar with them, to go to colorofchange.org and learn more about them. They've got a comprehensive webpage, and you can see it's a very effective and powerful organization. I'm going to read their mission statement. So this is off their webpage. They say, Color of Change is the nation's largest online racial justice organization. We help people respond effectively to injustice in the world around us. As a national online force driven by 1.7 million members, we move decision makers and corporations and government to create a more human and less hostile world for Black people in America. So check them out. Philanthropy.com has this to say about them. They say, using boycotts, walkouts, protests, and media savvy, Color of Change has gone up against the likes of Amazon and Facebook in the name of racial justice and won. So I think I'm really glad that Beth said she wanted to turn her concert into a fundraiser for this organization. I think we're in a critically important time right now. It's not a time to be standing on the sidelines. It looks like a reboot of the civil rights movement, but this time with a whole lot of white faces in the street, and I'm super happy about that. So I think if we're going to deal with the wounds of racism in this country, we're going to have to do it this way. That's just keep showing up. And so I'm super happy that this concert is a fundraiser for Color of Change. So you can participate by going to littletreeacoustic.com. You can purchase seats for the concert, and you can donate to the fundraiser. And you don't have to come to the concert to participate in the fundraiser for Color of Change, but that would be a little silly for a couple reasons. One is, Beth's amazing, so if you don't know her, you really want to know about this artist. If you do know her, you're coming to the concert because you're not silly. The other thing is the concert is recorded. So we're going to watch it together. We're going to start at 5:30 West Coast time. That's 8:30 East Coast time. We're going to comment in real time with the performer. But if you can't make it at that time, you can still participate in the fundraiser and you can still support Beth because that's an unlisted YouTube link that you can watch at any time when it's convenient for you. So there's really no good reason not to show up and participate. We're going to have a Zoom gathering, a Zoom get-together with Beth immediately afterwards to try to get the feel of some of the yumminess of a house concert. Of course, it's not the same to be doing it online, and our intention, a year ago, well, it wasn't a year ago, it was months ago when we booked this show, but that predated staying at home with the coronavirus, keeping us at home, and it certainly predated the craziness the world has become in the wake of George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and others. So the way the concert came to happen, it was just kind of an unexpected sequence of kind of happy accidents where Mama Wood, that's Ann Wood, Beth's mom, decided to book a concert for her. It's not really the case. Ann said, we'd love to come to a Little Tree concert in Colorado, so the Woods are in Texas. And so this is how this happened. And I'll say more about how the concert came to be in some later posts. We'll talk some more about this concert. But Beth's been part of the Little Tree family since 2012, and it's great to invite the family to the Little Tree family. So I'm happy about that. And then to even expand on that, it turns out the person who insisted that Little Tree get to know Beth Wood and host a concert for her, that was Gabrielle Louise, happened to be scheduled to be in town for that date. So it looked like we were going to have Old Home Week just happen organically, and I was fantasizing about Gabby jumping up from the audience and singing harmonies with Beth. Those two songbirds know and love each other. But the virus has thrown a monkey wrench and all that, and so I'm just going to keep looking forward to that in the future. We'll create that when we can, bring the family and see if we can get Gabby out for that. But until then, we're going to show up for Beth and support her, just like all the artists. This is an especially important time, and we need guidance, and we need to make sense of the craziness in the world around us. We need our artists now more than ever. And also they need us because they've had all their live gigs canceled for the foreseeable future. So we just have to adapt, and this is the way we're adapting. If you don't know Beth, there are some things that are worth knowing. One is her voice and her songwriting and her guitar playing. You can easily miss that she's a damn good guitar player because you get so hypnotized by her voice and the lyrics. But this is absolutely world-class craft, and it's acknowledged. She's got her list of awards that she's won. So let me read a few. Sisters Folk Festival Dave Carter Memorial Songwriting Contest, Kerrville Folk Festival New Folk Competition, Wildflower Festival Songwriting Contest, in the category Top 20 Acoustic Folk Music, Unisong International Songwriting Contest. She was a finalist at Telluride. She was second place at Rocky Mountain Folks Fest. I mean, it's quite a pedigree of accomplishments. And at some point you say, come on, lady, why don't you just move over and let somebody else get an award? She has taken to writing poetry books, and she's winning awards with her poetry as well. So Oregon Book Awards, Reader's Choice Award 2019 for Ladder to the Light. She has a lovely book before that, Kazoo Symphonies, and I highly recommend both. They're just gems. She's open for Steve Winwood. She's open for Michael McDonald, Sean Colvin, Chris Whitley. She's also participated in this little floating piece of heaven that's out in the Caribbean called Kayamo, week-long Caribbean Songwriters Cruise. She's featured for them. I just think, Jesus, that sounds awesome. I should do that. I should go there. Not just once was she a featured artist, not just twice, but 4 times. And she's also been in a syndicated Troubadour, Texas, 40 Million Households, singer-songwriter reality TV series in a documentary style, as showcased Beth. And one of my favorite little gems on her press page, singing the national anthem before a Major League Baseball game to 40,000 plus people. That is the right place to showcase that beautiful voice and powerful voice. She's prolific. She's got 11 albums. They're all lovely. I have them all. And she has a duo with Ara Lee James. The two of them have played here, called Stand and Sway. And they have this just thumping, powerful Me Too anthem that they did in 2018 at the second Denver Women's March, and then came and did a fundraiser for Planned Parenthood, a sold-out fundraiser. That was a fantastic show. So I'm going to post that video so to let you sample Nasty Woman. That's the name of that song that they did. Just great. But these two also have a CD called Deep Blue, and man, it is such a lovely CD. It's a testifying for, and it's a celebration of and a witnessing of nurturing woman energy, the feminine. And you just really get it when you put that CD on. It's super powerful and feels spiritual, and we need it so much now. I'm just so exhausted by testosterone overload leading the planet. I just feel done with it. We need more woman energy in the world, and you will love that CD. So go to standandsway.com, scroll about halfway down, buy that CD. That's my advice to you. You should also, I think, go to bethwoodmusic.com and get on her newsletter. You'll get it on the first of the month every time. And as I've advocated before, she does have a Patreon page. And if you are paying more for your subscription services to Amazon Prime or Apple Music or Spotify than you are subscribing to artists, you need to fix that, because 10 to 15 years from now, we're just going to have oldies to listen to, because those streaming platforms don't put any money in the pockets of musicians. They're not enough for them to even notice. And just think about the math here. Every one of these artists, certainly Beth Wood, has 5,000 to 10,000 fans who could afford $1 a month. So if it's the difference between doing it and not doing it, just do $1 a month. $10,000 a month in Beth Wood's pocket, in her bank account, would make sure that her artwork would always be there for you when you need it, her poetry and her music. And then finally, I would be an irresponsible house concert host if I didn't warn you that there are 2 kinds of people in this world. There are those who are in love with Beth Wood, and there are those who've never met her before. So if you've not heard Beth Wood music, and it would be really inconvenient to fall in love with a person, don't click on any of the YouTube videos. Don't go to littletreeacoustic.com. Just stay away, because it's a thing. It happens. I was warned. It's true. More on that in future videos, but for now, get that concert date on your calendar, June 27th. Pay for the show at littletreeacoustic.com and donate to the fundraiser and tell your friends. All right, thanks.